San Antonio living. Let's talk, you guys. The weather is changing. Is it affecting your sinuses? Chances are there are a lot of you guys out there. There's somebody that we can turn to help us with that. We're talking to Courtney Schultz, the marketing director of the American Sinus Institute, and Joe and Wanda Kosler. Joe is actually a patient, and we have your wife here as well. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
You bet, you bet. Well, you know what? I know I was out of town. My sinuses were killing me. I know that Courtney's here, a great resource for us, but you also turn to them. So I know you had the Balloon Sinuplasty procedure done, but talk to me about what life was like before you had it done.
Oh, gosh, it was miserable. I was one of the lucky people that was born with sinus trouble from little on, and it was just getting worse and worse and worse. I've been through every treatment that was available until I looked onto American Sinus Institute, and they were lifesavers.
Well, where'd you hear of the American Sinus Institute?
Where else but on your station.
I didn't prep them for that. I promise. Well, wonderful. Okay, well, let's hear about the procedure. How easy was it to give them a call, go in, get the procedure done, and how was life afterward?
Well, you know, we checked out on 3 or 4 of these companies. There's several of them around now. And we picked American Sinus Institute, and I was so glad that we did because they're very professional. It was very simple to go in, and the procedure, you wouldn't believe. I just had a wonderful nap while they did the procedure.
Nice.
It was great.
Oh, I love to nap. I love to nap. You know, and I can see, I mean, you were just smiling ear to ear that you definitely feel better. But Wanda, I want to bring you in here because I know as a spouse, I'm sure life has gotten better for you too.
Oh, it's greatly changed. He can breathe, he sleeps, no major problems with lots of medications to take to try to get some sleep, and he doesn't snore. And so I thought, oh man, what has happened? One reason we chose American Sinus Institute was the web page, because when we started looking, we searched them out, and theirs was so transparent and gave so much information that I said, you know, this is the one we need to go with.
You know, and that's so important, especially when you're feeling the worst you can, and the only thing you want is help right there and then, and you want it to be very transparent, just like you mentioned. And we have Courtney to thank and all our friends over at American Sinus Institute. Do you hear this? This is incredible. Their life has changed because of what you guys did at American Sinus Institute.
Well, and they are the most interesting couple ever. So they've owned a farm. Joe teaches flying. They've run a bed and breakfast. They've worked in the hospital system. I mean, they've done everything.
Wow.
And what's amazing is I wish we could go back in time and we could have helped Joe 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Because what he didn't mention is he would get bronchitis that would turn into pneumonia. He was on massive amounts of medication. So Oligradine, Mucinex D, all of these medications, and
Very
tell him what you're on now.
I'm on nothing now.
He takes absolutely nothing. That's huge. And they are still unbelievably active. I mean, they're the cutest couple ever. And that's what we want to do. We want to see smiling faces and people getting back to their lives, not taking medication. I mean, that can be miraculous in people's lives, so it's big.
Joe, what would you tell the folks at home who are thinking about, maybe I should give them a call, maybe I should wait? What would you tell them to encourage them to come in?
Oh, we pass this along to everybody. A lot of people we know in South Texas that has this same problem, and we highly recommend them. They hadn't said anything about a little kickback or anything, but we're still sending them over there.
Spurs tickets. I'm thinking Spurs.
Spurs, there you go.
How about that quality of life, huh?
Yes.
Oh, that's it.
Joe, Wanda, thank you so much for coming in. Courtney, we love having you in studio because you are changing people's lives just like Joe here. Here's all the information that you need. Give them a call right now. If you are feeling bad, get it now before the seasons get worse. It's 6363 Days of Olive Road, Suite 200. Now, here's the phone number. Very simple to remember. It's 210-225-5666. But if you can't remember that, remember 210 Balloon. Very simple. Again, it's 210 Balloon, and everything's on their website. It's very transparent at americansinus.com. All right, when we come back.